Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you oh so beautifully. Okay, so much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers. Oh, I've got an itchy eye. To any passers by, sorry, okay? And I hope that you're all super duper well. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. And that life is treating you most wonderfully. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1. Beam me up, my juice little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're delicious and bright. Now then, so the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. Now then, I've got caught out in the rain, you know, so it's a bit like raindrops keep falling on my head, okay? And yeah, but now it's drying out and now the sun is out, okay, my delicious little babies. So yeah, so you know, that's the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK. It's may differ in other parts of the old UK. Oh gosh, I've got an itchy nose as well. I don't know what's happening, my delicious little babies, but lately my eyes have been itching and my nose, means a surprise. Okay, my delicious little babies, mind you, I've got a couple of healings to do later, so I've got to get other things done, so I just need to bang out my video to you all, my delicious little babies. And thank you for any likes, okay, my delicious little babies. And thank you for any views as well. And may God bless you always, okay, my delicious little babies. And I hope that, you know, with some of my videos that, you know, that you are been able to get information, okay, my delicious little babies, please and thank you. You know, that's all I can do really. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. Anyway, I got this little tiny little pussycat who keeps coming down to me, bless. I'm not sure where she lives. Oh, she's ever so little. She's like a kind of a black, a ginger, a white. Oh, she's just so beautiful. She's got these real little piercing, you know, green eyes, you know, which most of the little pussycats have, haven't they? But she's only tiny. But she comes for something to eat. And, oh, God bless her. But sometimes, you know, my beautiful little Maisie, because beautiful little Maisie, you've seen her on my camera, you know, she can be ever so gentle, but I think when she feels that it's by her territory, do you know what I mean? So I don't think she's liking the little pussycat very much, but I've been giving the little pussycat something to eat, you know, just likes to come down, have something to eat. It's a bit like that, actually, when I first moved in here. I mean, I ended up, you know, because I have my beautiful little hutchie word. Oh, God bless you, my beautiful little hutchie, how I love you so. You know, I'm a beautiful little Lacey, my little rescue. God bless her. Oh, I love you both so. But at one time, I had on my wall outside, how many cats? Oh, that doesn't mean got loads of flipping itches today, and I don't know what's going on anyway. And I had eight cats, you know, all just coming from everywhere, do you know what I mean? So I was putting food out for them all, you know. Oh, I just like to feed everything. Do you understand what I mean? Because they're all beautiful. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, I'm just quite happy to do that anyway. Do you know what I mean? I mean, none of us, you know, whether we're beautiful little animals or, you know, I like to call them our sons and daughters, but, you know, or what they've named us, humans, okay? Well, none of us should, you know, have to be hungry. Do you know what I mean? We should all be fed and watered. Okay, my delicious babies, that's just a saying. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, so where do I want to go first? This is with our lovely Professor Tim Wilson. Okay, my delicious babies. Not in that way, but he's such a beautiful, dear soul, you know. And I wish that, you know, if you haven't seen, there we are, if you haven't seen him yet, my delicious little babies, please, he's on YouTube, you know, if you was to please and thank you, just to type in Professor Tim Wilson, yes, and, you know, he just, God bless his beautiful, dear little heart, you know, the way he comes across, there we are, the way he explains himself, and sometimes if you get a treat, you know, he'll sing, and oh, he's just a wonderful, God bless him, always a wonderful dear gentleman, do you know what I mean? And of course, you know, he also respects his comments that he receives and everything. Just a lovely gentleman, and he's always striving, to you know, to make the world, there we are, a better place. Do you understand what I mean, Madly Sugar Babies? I mean, he talks a little bit about the war in Russia and Ukraine, and of course, you know, he has his own views, Madly Sugar Babies, do you see? I mean, it's like me, I'm going to be honest with you, Madly Sugar Babies, okay? I mean, God bless all of the dear soldiers, whether they're injured, God bless their dear beautiful little souls and their beautiful little families, okay? Or very sadly if they're no longer here with us, okay? But God bless them, okay? But I'm just going to get to the point now, Madly Sugar Babies, and I do not mean this in a nasty way. I'm just getting peed off with hearing about it, to be quite honest with you. Do you know what I mean? To me, it's, you know, and then on some channels, not all of them, by the way, but sometimes, you know, I just think, because you just want an end to all of this, Madly Sugar Babies. We just want, there we are, just an end to it all. I mean, these lives should not be taken, you know, and God bless them, to be taken, or for other lives to be injured. Do you see what I mean, Madly Sugar Babies? Yes. So, you know, but, you know, you have got some channels, I mean, you know, not all, like I said. And of course, you know, to me, it just seems like so much flipping drama. Do you know what I mean? But we've got to remember here that these are real lives. There we are, real lives. Do you know what I mean? This is not a flipping jerk. You know, but I am just getting peed off. And of course, you know, well, I'll go on to something else after, but you know, it does pee you off, because I mean, you know, with these wars, you know, of course, you know, I mean, you know, well, very sadly, you get a winner and you get a loser, don't you? Do you see what I mean? But the way I see it is, Madly Sugar Babies, yes, is that, you know, really, I said it before and I say it again, nobody wins. But like I said, and I'll repeat it once again, no matter who it is, what leader, war crimes, there we are taking place. And it does not matter what leader it is. Do you see what I mean, Madly Sugar Babies? Yes? This is the truth of these things now. Do you see? So, you know, what's that word? What's those words? Just the lesser of two evils. There we are. That's what it is. Okay, Madly Sugar Babies. And of course, something else while I'm on the subject of talking about places. I mean, if you look at our UK at the moment, I mean, you know, we've got flipping shouty flipping leaders who are supposed to be flipping leading. But they're about as much use as an effing flipping ashtray on a motorbike or a flipping chocolate teapot, which is effing no flipping use at all. They're all flipping useless. Do you see what I mean, Madly Sugar Babies? But we need plenty of things doing in our country, you know, but very sadly, it doesn't get done. And even down to the point where, you know, grass, like I even remember years ago, decades ago, when, you know, they used to come around regularly, cut the grass, you know, to do with public footpaths and things like that. So if you used to get parks, they used to cut it all beautifully, okay? Well, you know, that doesn't seem to be happening either. Like, I could be walking down the road with my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday, and, you know, you'll see grass that's sort of growing up to here. Do you see what I mean? You know, it's like our UK, our England is being, there we are, forgotten. Do you see what I'm saying to you, Madly Sugar Babies? And then, of course, you know, over the decades, you know, they've been giving change, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change to other countries so that they can have beautiful surroundings and everything. Whereas in our UK, no, we need flipping plenty doing here. Do you see what I mean, Madly Sugar Babies? I mean, you've got flipping roads with flipping potholes and flipping all sorts. Do you know what I mean? It's like they just leave everything just to, what's the word I'm looking for, to decay. Decay, Madly Sugar Babies, do you say? Whereas other countries, they're having all these different things done. Do you see, there we are. Do you see? And it's been like this, flipping big time for flipping decades. Do you say? So, no, I will have a flipping moan about that. Yes, I will. You know, but to me, in any war, in anything like these things now, it's just the lesser of two evils. That's why, there we are, that's just the way I see it. You know, and anyway, well, I'll get on to something else. But yeah, I'm just getting a little bit now. You know, it's just peeing me off hearing about it, really, to be quite honest with you. Do you understand what I mean? You know, then you've got others on some channels, whether it's BitChute, whether it's YouTube, whether... Do you understand what I mean? Sorry, excuse me. And they're just flipping dramatised. You know, it's like it doesn't matter that it's somebody's laugh. So have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Everybody knows I love my coffee. So, yes. So, you know, I've had my moan. That's what I have to say. And I shall not change. But to me, there needs to be major change. There we are, you know, in all. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Needs to be a major change in all of our countries. There we are. In all of them. Okay, my little babies, that's just my view. Okay, but if I feel that somebody is worth advertising or anything like that, of course I will always do it, because that's my choice. This is my little hobby. There we are, and I enjoy doing it. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? You know, if I feel that what they're telling is the truth to the best of their ability and the best of their knowledge, then of course I will always, there we are, advertise. Okay, but there are just many that you wouldn't even look at to advertise them. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. It's just that they just seem to see things in a different light, really. Do you understand what I mean? And they're the type of videos that I just do not like. Do you see? Anyway, so that was my view. Now then, so getting back to our lovely Professor Tim Wilson, okay? And he's very knowledgeable because, you know, he has lived in Russia and he has, you know, I do believe as he lived in Greece as well. He's lived in Greece as well, yes. You know, do you see what I mean? So he's very knowledgeable in areas, you know. Sometimes it's all about listening very carefully. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? Yes. Anyway, so our lovely Professor Tim Wilson is up to 91.6 thousand subscribers. Well done, our lovely Professor Tim Wilson. Please keep up the excellent work. Please keep going, because you make me smile. Each and every day, you make me smile from my heart. Yes, okay. So he's just a wonderful dear gentleman, you know. He just wants to see good, there we are, in the world. You know, to remind you, there's a number of others, you know, God bless them all, you know, who also want to, there we are, see good in the world. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I want to see good in the world. But, you know, things cannot change unless, you know, well, again, what they've named us, humanity, unless we change it. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my little babies? Anyway, let me get back to this. So the video that you're looking for, my little babies, should read, of our lovely Professor Tim Wilson, leads police out of control. That's in our UK. Leads police out of control. I cannot believe this is happening in the UK. Okay, my little babies, yes. So what this is about, we're just going to tick you off our lovely Professor Tim Wilson, okay? Yeah, what this is about is that basically it's taken 7 of the old bill, you know, coppers, you know, to, from what I believe, only from what I believe, to go and arrest an autistic young lass, okay, my little babies. Now, this young lass made a comment, you know, to one of the old bill, the female officers, yes, because you've got to remember that officers work for the corporation, okay, whereas constables, you know, well, it used to work very differently decades ago, there we are, put it that way, okay. You know, she made a comment, God bless her, and she happened to say that her nana, okay, because her nana is, I think, is she with someone, she's married to another woman, okay, my little baby, so that's all that young lass, God bless her, the little autistic young lass said. You know, it reminded her of, do you see what I mean, or what she looked like? Do you see what I'm saying? There was something anyway. Well, of course, I mean, this poor young lass is in a cupboard. And God bless her, you know, and she's crying her eyes out and everything, do you know what I mean? Yes? And, well, I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, why don't the flipping old Bill, there we are, do the flipping job properly? I've been saying this over the flipping months, not just because somebody's made a flipping comment. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, yes? But from what I could see of the video, okay, well, you know, to me there's just no need for any of that. No need for any of that whatsoever. But yes, it's well worth you, my delicious little babies, if you can, just to take a little look at this. Do you see what I mean? There's just no need for it. And plus the young lass, God bless her beautiful dear little soul, she's autistic. Now, I mean, I've seen over the decades different types of autism, you know, where you've got it where it's what I would say pretty mild, okay? Then you've got it where it's in between, and then you've got very severe. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes? But it's definitely a, you know, a condition that's, you know, you have to be able to, there we are, to understand it. And I've spoken to, there we go, many parents over the years, yes, who have been explaining it to me. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Oh, something else I want to say while I'm on the subject. Somebody called me the other day for a healing. Now, the reason why they wanted to speak to me, I forgot what it's called now. But they said, would you please be able to do my healing? Because you see, with me, I've said it on one of my other videos, okay, where, you know, sometimes, because the healing that takes place, I come out the room just to leave them to rest on the healing couch. Do you see what I mean? And sometimes they do actually, God bless them all, my dear little clients, you know, they do drift off to sleep. Do you see what I mean? So I'll just go around and, you know, potter around, because of course, you know, they would pay me, there we are, for, you know, so many minutes. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. But this particular, it was a gentleman, he was, and he said he wants to come for a healing. He said, but what happens is, see, because usually I'll put a pillow there, but if he was to just lie down, okay, he said that what would happen is that he would completely just conk out. It's a form of epilepsy, my delicious babies. I forgot what it's called. I'll have to look it up, okay, my delicious babies. But and I forgot to write it down when he was telling me. But he said that's why, you know, for him to, there we are, to come for a healing, he said he wouldn't want me, you know, to end up calling an ambulance or something, because he just, God bless him, he just goes into what's called a very deep sleep, my delicious little babies. And he said, and if you left me, he said, I'd be there for 6 hours, just in a deep sleep. Okay, so he has to have a pillow because that will help him stay awake. But it's a form of epilepsy, my delicious little babies. Now, I said to him, I said, when I worked on customer services in the bank, I'm going back, oh gosh, 2004. Okay, you know, behind me, because I had my earphones and everything on, yes, to take the my calls, okay. Well, there was a young lass, a young Indian lass, okay, lovely lass she was, really lovely, okay, very feisty, very feisty, do you understand what I mean? But she was just really lovely, okay, bonny looking, do you know what I mean? Not in that way, but, you know, real bonny looking, okay. But well, we found out, because I won't say a name, God bless, but I just come back from my lunch. I'll never forget that, you know, on that particular day. I just come back from my lunch, you know, and just to sit down and everything, yes. And I went to talk to her behind me, and she just sort of went bang, just on the, you know, on the desk, you know, and she was completely conked out. So we had to go and get a brown bag, you know, so that she could, you know, and had to gently wake her up. Do you understand what I mean? Yes. But she, however this happened, God bless, but she developed that all of a sudden. Because when I first started working there, she never had anything like that. But then all of a sudden, and it happened a few times, so we had to keep an eye on her because she was only young. Do you see what I mean, Martin? Babies. But once we gave her a brown bag, you know, that she could breathe, you know, in and out, okay? But that's the same thing. And I actually mentioned it to that dear gentleman, you know. I said, yes. I said, I know what you were talking about now. Yes. And I remember that from back in 2004. She had exactly the same condition as that dear gentleman. Oh, her dear little beautiful little self. Do you see what I mean? Yes. So, yeah, it just reminded me of that. So he just said he has to call any healer to explain. Do you see? He says, because, you know, because otherwise, he says, you could end up calling an ambulance when an ambulance is not needed. Do you see what I mean, Martin? Anyway, I thought I'd just mention that anyway. But yes, he hasn't came as yet. He said he's going to get back to me, okay? And that one the other day, you know, the one that I told you, ooh, shoppy poos, right? Well, he hasn't got back to me, so I can only assume that he's found somebody else to do his healing and somebody who will come fly with me, let's fly away. Do you see what I mean? So, well, good on him. And anyway, I didn't want to, I don't mean it nastily or anything, my delicious babies, but, you know, do you know what I mean? I'd say, not being nasty, I'll heal anybody, but really, to be honest with you, I'm glad that he hasn't come to me for healing. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, because you just don't want to feel pressurised by anybody or somebody trying to talk you into something, there we go, that you simply just do not want to do. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Yes, anyway. So let me go on to the next one. So yeah, so if you please take a look at our lovely Professor Tim Wilson, yeah, and you'll see that video yourself, part of it. Yeah, it's on, apparently it's on TikTok as well, apparently. Anyway, but no, there's no need. I mean, you know, I should imagine, I mean, 7-year-old Bill would frighten any, God bless her, little baby with autism. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? I just thought that was terrible. But this is the state of our UK. And I mean, if you take a look at flipping Australia, the way that the flipping old Bill, the police treat their man and woman, do you see what I mean? It's disgraceful, it's disgusting. But this is, do you see what I mean? And it's especially, mind you, I mean, there's always been flipping corruption. There we are, let's face it, okay? It's gone on for decades. But at the same time, you know, I mean, the old Bill should be there to do an effing flipping job properly. That's the way I see it, my delicious little babies, do you say? Anyways, let's go on to the next one now then. This is also on YouTube, my delicious little babies, yes. And I've mentioned these before, and yeah, they're now up to 61.5 thousand subscribers, yes. They're at... was it up until a few days ago, 54,000 or something, but now it's gone up to 61, so yeah, fan-dabby-doozy, okay? And they're called, if you was to please and thank you, type into the old space bar, Think Rich Africa. So it's Think Rich, 2 words together, and then space Africa, Think Rich Africa. Now, the video that you'll be looking for, my delicious little baby, should read, The Tragic Fate of 10 African leaders, okay, who refused to be puppets of the West. Okay, my delicious baby, so I should just repeat that once again. The tragic fate of 10 African leaders who refused to be puppets of the West. Okay, my delicious babies, and that's with Think Rich Africa. And of course, you know, not in that way, not in that way, okay? So I've ticked you off as well, Think Rich Africa. Keep up the good work, okay? Yeah, that's very interesting to listen to. I was listening to it actually before I went in my juicy little shower. Sorry, what did I stumble on there? You know, before I went in my juicy little shower, I thought, you know what? I thought I must listen to this. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, they talk about Mr. Gaddafi as well. Okay, my delicious babies, yes. Now then, as well as 9 others. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, next one Now this is on BitChute, my delicious little babies, okay? Now all I'm doing is giving out information. That's all I'm doing. So I should not have my video taken down, and I should not be banged off for 2 weeks, okay? All I'm doing is just giving the information. So on a search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, BitChute, okay? And then the uploader, not in that way, is called Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. Mind you, that Fleetwood Mac, doesn't it? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Yeah. Do you remember that song? Tell me lies, tell me lies. Yeah. I used to have that CD as well, actually, old Fleetwood Mac. We don't hear of them, do we now? Anyway, lots of the older, what do they call, the older groups and bands, do we? Anyway, I'm out of the sugar babies, yeah, so the uploader's called Tell Me Sweet Little Lies, okay? Now, this uploader has 6,365 subscribers. 6,365 subscribers. Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. And the video that you're looking for, my delicious little babies, should read, Lukashenko accused the West of taking children out of Ukraine for organ harvesting. So I should just repeat that once again. My delicious little babies, Lukashenko accused the West of taking children out of Ukraine for organ harvesting. Now, so I'm just going to tick you off, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies, okay? Now, what it is, it's only about, just these videos are not long, by the way, okay? My delicious little baby, so just need to point that out, yes? The point to this is, yes, is that it's only about a minute and something long, but yeah, Lukashenko, yeah, very interesting indeed. But you see, with me, my delicious little babies, okay, and I spoke over the months about, there we are, certain things, do you see what I mean? Yes, and like I say, you know, I've known, there we are, you know, many things, there we are, that very sadly go on in different parts of the world, shall we say. So yes, it's just very interesting just to listen to that. Like I said, it's only over a minute long, and you can actually read, you know, do you know what I mean, what Lukashenko is saying. Okay, my little baby is very interesting indeed. Now then, which I do happen, like I said, to know rather a lot of things, yes, very disturbing. Now then, finally, my delicious little babies, okay, now this is actually, so it's not on his actual, because this is on BitChute as well, my delicious little babies, BitChute as well, okay, my delicious little babies. Now, you can actually find, he'll be under, oh, we really like our lovely David Mahoney. Not in that way, okay? We really like our lovely David Mahoney, God bless him. But you can actually find him, my delicious little babies, on BitChute under, what is it? What you under, Dave? David G for Gertie Mahoney. Okay, my delicious little babies. I just like his videos as well. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And the same with our lovely, not in that way, our lovely Lee Dawson, okay, and his mate Dave, okay, his work colleague Dave, okay? And of course, you know, he would be on our lovely, not in that way, our lovely Charlie Ward TV. Okay, my delicious little babies. So yeah, really interesting, okay? Now then, David Mahoney, but this uploader who's uploaded one of David's videos, okay, David Mahoney's videos, this uploader, not in that way, is called Chem Buster, okay, my delicious babies. Now this uploader has 49,511 subscribers. 49,511 subscribers. So we're going to tick you off, Gem Buster. Keep up the excellent work. Now then, and it should read, the video, my delicious little babies, David Mahoney, urgent Intel, urgent Intel, Madelish babies. It's all about to go down. Okay? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Madelish babies. So I should just repeat that once again. Sorry, excuse me. David Mahoney, urgent Intel. It's all about to go down. Okay, Madelish babies, and that's on BitChute under the uploader Chembuster, who has 49,511. So at that point, I'm going to close my book. Okay, Madelish babies, because now I've got my new refill pad. Now then, so yeah, he's talking about this. Now, he's also talking about Madelish babies, okay? Because it's really good to listen to our lovely David Mahoney, yes? And because I think he said he's in the UK in Cheltenham. He is right actually about Cheltenham, because it's really nice. There we are, it's really nice in old Cheltenham, okay? Madelish babies, yes. And he said he was visiting a friend or something, yes. But he said that every time he's come, you know, to the UK, because he lives over in Spain, I do believe. Well, every time he's come over, he said that the weather's been, you know, super wonderful. Do you know what I mean? It's been lovely, sun shining. Do you see what I mean? Whereas, of course, you know, where I am, you know, flip me. Do you know what I mean? It's usually if it's raining. And when you get a couple of flipping nice days, do you know what I mean? It's just amazing how it just flipping switches. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, we all know why, don't we? My delicious little babies, yes. Anyway, yeah, and he's talking about, but he was mentioning something about Russia or something. What was it? Going to the dark side of the moon, my delicious little babies, okay? You know, that there was something, you know, what did he say? Something, is it a bit strange about that story? Well, to tell you the truth, my delicious babies, I would have to, there we go, agree with it. I mean, come on, let's face it. I mean, you know where they said that one's landed on the moon, okay? It's a crock of flipping shite. I do not believe none of it. I do not believe none of it. Do you know what I mean? But of course, God bless, you know, there we are, for ones out there, you know, you know, it's like, if you look at life, it's like, God bless them, but ones, it's what, I'm just watching that little squirrel running. You know, it's like ones out there, God bless them, okay? It's like the one to believe, there we are, the one to believe in something, do you see what I mean, yes? But, I mean, if my mind serves me correctly, sorry, I cannot remember the flipping name of who it is now. But didn't he tell the truth? It was on a video. Didn't he tell the truth? I don't know which video it is now. Well, along the lines of that they didn't land on the moon, my delicious little babies, do you see? But anyway, I wouldn't have needed to watch a video to know this. Do you know what I mean? And to be quite honest with you, I mean, call me flipping ignorant or whatever, you know, but I do not have the slightest interest. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? The way I see it is, we've just been there, we are just flipping lied to, time after time, there we are, after time. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? It's just flipping liars, bums on fires. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? I do not believe none of it. Crock of shite, as far as I'm concerned. But one has to ask themselves a question, so this is right. Do you know what I mean? This is what I believe. Anyway, just listen, you know, to the video. That, I mean, so they're in a war. Okay, my delicious little babies. So we've got to get this straight now. In our noddles, ding, ding, dong, dong. And then they're flipping talking about flipping going to the dark side of the moon. Didn't Pink Floyd, wasn't their album? Because my dad had the albums of Pink Floyd, yes. Dark Side of the Moon. Do you say? I mean, so to me, yes. It does all sound, there we are, extremely odd to me. Do you say? But of course, you know. Oh, and then what was the other thing? To do with, mind you, I've seen this on, sorry, my skin. I've seen this actually the other day, you know, that barge that's in the middle of, you know, it's in the water, you know, with, is it the migrants or, you know, well, I mean, I don't know what to say, my delicious little babies. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you can have a house on water. I mean, mind you, there's been some flipping beautiful, what you call a house on water, whether it's, you know, a little narrow bird, or, you know, they've got some beautiful, you know, and what they've done, and, you know, then you've got, you know, others where they're bigger birch, you know, and they've actually turned it into a home. Do you see what I mean? Yes, there we are. Absolutely flipping stunning. Do you know what I mean? But they do not look anything like that flipping, to me, it just looks like flipping brick. Do you know what I mean, my little babies? It's just one flipping large, flipping colossal flipping brick. But I mean, how can you expect them to live like that? My delicious little babies, do you say? I mean, every single day, there we are, before I even see it, there's flipping one thing, there we are, after another, after another, after another. That's just the way that I see it, my delicious little babies, okay? It's like, we know who, they just like to create as much flipping effing drama as flipping possible. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Which, of course, you know, to divert, there we are, everybody's attention from other things that are going on. Do you see, my delicious little babies? That's just simply simple things. That's just the way I see it. Okay, but please, if you could have a look at that, but also, please, if you could have a look at our lovely, not in that way again, our lovely David G. Mahoney on BitChute. Okay, my delicious little babies. And he does talks about all different things, do you know what I mean? But he also talks about as well, well, you know, different conditions and things like this, and, you know, things like that, okay? And like, if you know anybody who's got the menopause and that, so he will give advice, you know, with things like that, okay, my delicious babies, because I'm not allowed to say anything, because, you know, then I get accused of, you know, misinformation. So that's as far as I can go, my delicious babies. Anyway, so that's my video for today, my delicious babies. Now, please continue to lift the vibration and lift the frequency, my delicious little babies. So, I'm struggling to get that out. And I've received, you know, from the allotments, just to tell you, because I pay for a bag like £6, yes? And I get me spuds in there. I've got callaloo, okay, which, you know, you'd know, anybody, God bless, who's Jamaican or African would know callaloo, okay? But it's really lovely, and you can do like a stir fry type thing. And I've got runner beans, we love runner beans, and, well, I love all of it. And then I was brought some little you know, because when I was little, we used to go bramble picking. That's what we used to call it, bramble picking. And yeah, so I got loads of those, you know, and that would be actually really delicious with, mind you, they're frozen at the moment, do you know what I mean? But, you know, with the little berries and that would be really lovely, you know, and I've got some other fruit. So put some fruit with it and maybe a little bit of cream. So it'd be very nice, you know. Mind you, I am partial to the odd cream cake, my delicious little babies. Mind you, I cannot remember the last time I had a cream cake. You know, I have to be in the mood, do you know what I mean? So I'll probably have, what, in a year, probably 2 cream cakes in a year. I just, you know, don't have, you know, too much of a sweet tooth. Do you understand what I'm saying? I like my grub. Do you know what I mean? There we are, my proper food. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? I just love savoury food. Do you see what I mean? Yes. So anyway, so that's the video, yeah. So I've got me stuff, so yeah, so I'm going to be doing my cooking. There we are. So I'm going to get all that done because I've not had nothing to eat yet, okay? So wherever you are in the world, wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, because you only get one life. Okay, my delicious little babies, and I do ramble on, but it is slightly shorter today. Anyway, I do not feel like I ramble on. Well, I do ramble on, but you know what I mean? I like to think that, you know, that I do say some useful things. Anyway, my delicious little babies, and please give a listening ear, because it's always very welcomed, and please take care of yourselves, and please try to take care of others, okay? And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends, or to some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy, and super duper delish, and that you love them so, okay? Yes, we only ever get one laugh, don't we? So, you know, you just got to make the best of it. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? That's what I say. It's all right, I'm just fiddling with her, okay? And yes, a smile a day keeps the doctor away, just like an apple crunch crunch a day keeps the doctor away, okay, my delicious little babies? So yeah, so until my next video lights off, that's me done for the day, okay? Now, you know, should be all right, actually. Should be, you know, should be all right to keep my video up. I do not believe I've said anything wrong, my delicious little babies. I've got to try not to say anything wrong, because I'll just get flipping flagged up, won't I, my delicious little babies? Yes. And until I can manage to get something else sorted out, okay, well, you know, got to try and keep my videos up, haven't I, my delicious little babies? Yes. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I've got nothing more to say, actually. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I just think what's going on in the world right now, as well as very sad parts, I also feel is very bonkers, crackers, and flipping crazy. That's just how I view everything, my delicious little babies. I mean, and really, whatever comes out, I mean, come on, let's just face it. I mean, let's just get real here. I'm not even surprised at anything I hear. Not at all. Never surprised. Do you know what I mean? Yes? It's like, you know, and it's really strange because, you know, things come out when there was other things years ago, do you say? And then they're coming out now when, you know, we've known it, there we are, for some of us out here, my delicious little babies. We've known, there we go, ding, ding, dong, dong, long time. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. But at the same time, I also feel that, sorry, it's really good that others, you know, are being made, there we are, aware of these things. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, without knowing, how can, there we are, changes be made? Changes cannot be made if, you know, delicious little babies out there, for some, do not know. Do you see? My delicious little babies. Anyway, that's the end of my video. So until my next video, my delicious little babies, okay, I flipping fiddle with things, I do, you know. Okay, so until my next video, once again, thank you to all of you, you know, for even taking the time to even listen to my videos, you know, or even to go and look at other videos that I just put out as a suggestion, you know, so that you can just draw your own conclusion. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I just sort of like to give food for thought, and like to, you know, direct your beautiful little selves to, you know, to different videos and different platforms. Do you see what I mean? So yes, so sending you also very much love, okay, to each and every one of you. Bright blessings to each and every one of you. May you all have fantastic peace, love and harmony in each and every one of your lives, okay? And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families be fully protected always, okay? So until my next video, God bless. Take care. Thank you. Goodbye.